me fan you.
Yes, please. A little more on this side. Hey, what's going on? Joe and Leah from Let's Head Wherever, and today we are about 1 week into this full-time RVing expedition. And this video, the intention for this video is to basically kind of go through our downsizing process again. Since our last downsizing video, we've learned a couple more lessons that we would like to share with everybody. And just kind of go through like the story of moving out of our 2,700 square foot house into this fifth wheel.
Yeah, so I think we mentioned in the last video to start early if you're considering downsizing and going full-time in an RV. That cannot be emphasized enough. Whatever you're thinking you should do to start downsizing, start as soon as you're even considering it, and however much you think you want to get rid of, do more.
Yeah, like basically however long you think it's going to take you to move out of your house, purge everything, you're getting ready to go and live in an RV, fine. However long you think that's going to take, triple it.
Yes.
Maybe quadruple it.
Yes, we started early, and like I spent hours and hours every week getting rid of stuff, and I was so proud of myself, and it was still really overwhelming at the end.
She's underplaying. Like it was literally a full-time job. Like the time that she spent on it was probably more than a full-time job.
Yes, so absolutely start early and start with everything. Get rid of as much as you possibly can. Apparently, no matter what you do, it's still going to be overwhelming at the end, so prepare for that.
Like, I know I sound like a broken record, but like, this is mental. I mean, like I'm talking like, look at this side. Like, this is up to my knee. Who needs this much Tupperware?
So one tip for us is to sell everything. And this is totally up to you. We definitely probably could have made more money on selling our stuff, but it was honestly really stressful and overwhelming. Yeah. So pretty much everything we sold was for $5, $10. We got rid of things for, as cheap as we felt like we could. It is 12:30 and we are literally spending the night in the camper tonight. And this is what my front porch looks like for people coming to pick stuff up. This is our Goodwill stash so far. And then I didn't have to haggle with anyone. I didn't have to worry about things not selling or anything like that. We listed stuff all day, every day. If it didn't sell in a week, it got dropped off at Goodwill. And, again, we probably could have made more, but we ended up with a fair amount of cash. I think Joe made a joke that to make a couple $1,000s, all you have to do is go sell everything you have.
So when we say sell everything, we literally mean sell everything. We have nothing left. The only thing that, like furniture-wise especially, Leah's dad kept a bed for one of his spare bedrooms, and everything else, we have those big Rubbermaid totes. We have 3 of those with like our cherished belongings, like stuff that's irreplaceable. And that's it. Everything else is in this camper with us.
It's so liberating. Stressful.
It's liberating.
But liberating.
In fact, we belong to a lot of like full-time RVing groups, and somebody was asking the other day, what kind of storage space should we get? Do you recommend a climate-controlled storage space? And I was like, look, you could do what you want, but just sell everything. Because what happens if you're on, okay, hypothetically, we have couches, TVs, dressers, everything else, right? To put that into a storage, you're going to be spending hundreds of dollars a month. What if you're on the road for 3 years?
And I think mentally it was really helpful. Like there's nothing looming over our heads. Like if we're trying to embrace a minimalist lifestyle, which we're not there yet, trust me. But if we're trying to embrace having less stuff, it felt good to just say, it's just a belonging. I can buy new if I need and just get rid of it.
Yeah, it's all gone. All of our belongings are here with us now. With the exception of those few, cherished stuff, but it's all gone. Just sell it, get rid of it. Because our thought process is that instead of spending hundreds of dollars for an unknown amount of time, just when you settle again, you just buy it. With the money you're going to spend on a storage space, right? Just buy yourself a new couch when you get a house or an apartment or whatever you do. Mm-hmm. And that way, if you just keep full timing, you don't have that payment every month.
Plus, if you sell it all, you get this. I don't think I've ever had this much cash in my hands today.
Yeah, this is going to be awkward going into the bank later to deposit that. They're going to be like, how'd you get all this money? Be like, well, we sold everything. Like,
and you have to wear a mask in the bank. So it's almost like, it's almost exciting. I feel kind of like a robber.
Yeah, a reverse robber.
Right? You want me to fan you with this?
That's pretty nice.
The dog is very confused.
Yeah, he's like, dude, what's going on here, man?
The other thing we suggest is donating everything. Because if things didn't sell in a week, no matter how cheap it was or how expensive, I donated it. that's a really hard thing mentally because you feel like your belongings have value and you don't want to just donate them because obviously they have a use. But we donated everything that we could, and we went every single week for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And by the end, we were going several times a week. And the last couple days, we were going to Goodwill more than once a day. And it's kind of hard because you don't know exactly what you're going to need. So we had a lot of like organizing tubs and baskets and things like that. And it was really hard. I don't want to have to go buy money. I don't want to have to go spend money to get new ones.
Yeah.
But I want to get rid of as much as possible.
Like we still have a big tub of those like cubbies, like the ones you get like at IKEA, where you put it in a drawer and it keeps your socks and stuff organized. We have like 20 of those.
Yes.
But we don't want to get rid of them because we're a week in. We're still sorting everything out. So like, in 3 weeks, we're like, man, I could really use one of those cubbies right now. So.
We're working on the logic balancing. I want to save that just in case I need it versus I don't really have a place for it, so I obviously don't need it. But so far, we've only had to go shopping for one thing that we donated on accident. So we are now walking into Goodwill because Colby realized that she donated her only purse. So we are going to go see if we can buy Colby's purse. All right. So another thing to think about when you're downsizing is garbage day. Every single garbage day for literally weeks, we had the garbage completely full. And we almost made it a game the night before our garbage day where we would walk room to room and anything at all that could be thrown away, we made sure to throw away.
We play Tetris with the garbage bags. Like see how high we can stack it before it all fall. Yeah.
Also think about what day you're moving out of your house versus garbage day.
Yeah, so we moved on a Sunday. All of our stuff was out on a Sunday. And our garbage day wasn't until Tuesday. So very sorry to the new homeowner about the mess in the driveway when you came into the house.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We tried our best.
We did what we could.
One thing I feel really lucky about is we see people all the time that buy a rig to move into.
Yeah.
And I think we really had an advantage in already having the rig, and we'd already spent weeks at a time in the rig. So we already knew like where everything would go. Everything was already organized. It was a lot of work and really overwhelming even with that. So if we were bringing everything in brand new, I can't imagine how much work it would be.
Well, think about how many trips it took from January when we bought this camper to when we were like comfortable in it. We knew where everything went. I couldn't imagine like doing all of that at once.
And we moved things a lot. We'd say, okay, this is the best place for this thing to be stored.
And we still do. We've had it for almost a year, and there's still times we're like, why don't we keep this here? Why don't we move it over here? So I mean, like that's just a constant. Like,
so that was really nice. If you have the opportunity to spend time in the rig before you move in full time, it is the serious advantage to knowing where to put everything. And it helped us figure out which things we wanted to make changes to before we got on the road. So obviously you can change things on the fly, but it's a lot easier when you're not living in it to be able to do construction.
And you don't have a household worth of items to get out of the way too. Like one of the things with our RV in particular, in the bunk room, the bottom bunk, it fails sometimes. The support pieces will come in. And one of the most common modifications is just going and, putting a wood support in there. So I had my buddy Shane, who is super handy, and I would be lost without him because I am not handy. He came over and, within 30 seconds, he had a game plan of, all right, we're going to put supports here. And then he's looking at it, he says, well, you have like, I think it ended up being like 24 inches of just dead space under the bunk. So he says, let's cut this board in half. We'll put hinges on it. That way you just take the mattress off, pull the hinge up, and then you got all this new storage underneath.
Yeah, so you're able to see where you might be able to squeeze out extra storage. We were able to get new plastic totes from Walmart that filled every available space in the kids' bunk room, so we were able to store more in the same space. We were able to do things like mount the kids' TV in the bunk room. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but we were able to think through what is any setup step we have, and can we drive out any time from travel day.
One less thing the kids have to do, taking the TV off the counter, laying it on the bed. When we come pull into a place, they got to take it, put it back in. So now that's mounted to the wall. We don't have to worry about that anymore. So I mentioned earlier, we moved out of our house on a Sunday. We technically started moving stuff in a couple days before because it's a mess on that week. We're all crying and the kids are a mess and Fred's sitting in a house that's empty. So it was kind of nice we kind of did reverse camping. We brought all of our clothes and most of the stuff that's going to stay with us while we're full-timing, and then we just kind of camped at the house, took showers there. All right, today's the day we are officially moving in our clothes. We have stuff everywhere. So it's gonna get interesting. All right, so I gotta fit all this somehow in this. Here goes nothing. So it's good, like, pick a day, maybe before your actual, I need to be out by this day, just to have a couple day buffer to get everything sorted out in the camper before you just, show up one day with a truck full of stuff and say, let's go.
That's a good point. We also noticed that because it's a small space, if we brought everything in at one time, you couldn't move around to put things away. So it was really helpful to bring in 5 tubs worth of stuff, put that away, then go bring 5 more tubs worth of stuff. If we had done it all at once, it would have been really difficult to move around and figure out where everything went.
Like that day we had an emotional breakdown and just went and got Zaxby's.
Yes.
All right, so we splurged on some Zaxby's for dinner, basically so we don't pay attention to this.
I don't see anything. You don't see it. I think it's totally fine.
This is remember all those video clips of us purging items and
It's a lot of items.
clear. Oh, we got some over here too in the bunkhouse. Yeah, we got more over here. It's fun. Yeah, so clearly we should have purged a little more.
Show yourself some grace. We have not eaten out. We don't do fast food or anything like that. The week of moving, we were craving vegetables. I didn't even remember what real food tasted like. I think we ate fast food or takeout for pretty much every meal. Just show yourself some grace.
Yeah, give yourself a break. Your meals should not be the thing stressing you out.
No, I was trying to wait to sell or donate all of the cookware at our house until the very last day. And the RV was too crowded to cook in. Give up. Just have fast food.
You have so little emotional capacity at that point. You want ice cream for breakfast? Good, go nuts.
Go for it.
Eat it. Enjoy it.
I'm pretty sure we ate ice cream for breakfast at least once.
Yeah. We had leftover birthday cake, I think, for me. Anyways, that's breakfast. Good.
So hopefully you started really early and got rid of as much things as you could. I promise when you move in, you're going to have to purge more. I guess that's a disadvantage of having the rig. We had a whole set of every kitchen item, for example, at home, and a whole set in the rig, and we tried to plan through what we were going to get rid of. But when we got in the rig, we still had way too much. We still have way too much a weekend.
We do have way too much.
Okay, the boys have taken another trip back to the house. Colby and I have 2 drawers. 1, 2 to get all of our kitchen items in. The good news is they're pretty deep. The bad news is we have... Oh, this isn't a spoon. Okay. These are all spoons. I'm thinking we don't need this many. Just a hunch. Here's our spatula collection. Maybe we don't need that many spatulas. I'm not sure. So we're going to work together and skinny down these things. We've already pulled out 3 sets of tongs to donate.
No, 4 sets of tongs.
4 sets of tongs to donate, and a gigantic ladle, and some
3 spatulas.
Some spreaders. Oh, 2 whisks. Yeah. How can you live with 1?
You can't.
All right, we're gonna work on this.
We have a 30-day rule right now. If it stays here, we're gonna park approximately 30 days before we hit the road. If we haven't used it during that last week, it goes because we don't have room for it.
We've had some debate over things like a potato masher and a waffle iron.
Listen, that potato masher is worth its weight in gold. Right.
We shall see. We have a lot more to purge. I probably need to get rid of a lot of clothes, and probably is maybe not. All right, so this is my current emotion. How many years ago did we have custom Bucks jerseys made?
It's probably 2006.
Ah.
Yeah. It's number 76, man.
All right. It's gonna go.
Man.
It's gonna go.
All right.
Ah.
I thought I went pretty lean on clothes until I got it in the closet, and I mean that poor one of those hangy cubbies. That thing's gonna break. It's so heavy.
We did kind of have a policy as we were moving things in. If it didn't have a place and we couldn't really justify finding a place, it just went.
Yeah.
And we were so lucky. The place we're staying for the month is about a quarter mile from a drive-through Goodwill donation center.
Goodwill.
So we're just packing things up and going all the time. And I am not a clutter person. I really wanted everything to be moved in and everything put away and everything be life as usual as soon as possible. That is not exactly happening. But we're trying to balance like everybody's mental health.
Yeah.
So we would, the first couple of days, we would unpack for a couple hours, and then I would take a break to decorate for Christmas. This is not a priority, but it really has been important. I think it's been helpful to all of us to feel like it's normal life.
Like, it might seem silly when you got boxes and totes everywhere and stuff, and I'm like, I think now's a good time to hang LED lights so we can, have some Christmas lights in here,
And putting Christmas decorations outside and Christmas lights. But at the end of the day, we need the mental shift that this isn't camping anymore. This is our life. And this isn't just a place we're staying for a little while. If the rig is going to be our home, I want it to feel like home. So I want all the things to be put away in their forever spot. But I also want it to feel like a place we can be comfortable and we can live. And so obviously we've decorated for Christmas in every corner that we can. But that's really important.
It's just up to, like I mentioned earlier, emotional capacity. Like if you're comfortable, it's cozy, we're decorating, this is home. I think that kind of fills your cup a little bit to deal with all the actual stressful stuff.
It does.
Over the next couple weeks, we're going to have a bunch more videos out, just kind of highlighting our new endeavors in full-time RV living.
The good and the bad.
Good and the bad. Doing a bunch of upgrades to the RV. We've done a couple already. We have a few more teed up. So don't forget to thumbs up, hit subscribe if you want to follow along with us. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time. All right, let's head wherever hillbillies here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the furniture is gone out of the house.
No
And
beds.
luckily our camper's parked about 5 miles away. So we're gonna head there, go to sleep.
Good news, we washed all the linens. The bad news is we have like 40 pillows in the trunk, like the Beverly Hillbillies.
It's been a day.
Like I don't fall asleep on the way there.
All right. Goodbye. How'd you get all that money?
Selling everything I owned.
Why isn't there more then?
Is it recording now still? Oh, yes, I guess so. Freddie.
Freddie
Steps on. Thank you, Fred, for stepping on bubble wrap.
Just stepped through the bubble wrap and he's like, his whole body froze for a moment.
We're trying to take a video, stinky dog.
Yeah, let's go.
Who?
Oh,
Am I? Frank the tank. Frank the tank.
Sorry for the 3-minute delay. We're just letting Fred finish his drink of water.
And now he's hungry.
Now he's gonna eat. Beautiful.
No, he's thirsty
wait.
still.
There we go.
Just a kidding.
All right, good job, Fred. All right, go take a nap.